Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the truth and pushing the word and truth and in sincerity. Salaki. My brother Yahshua, I'm back with another lesson. All right, and it's basically a little update, okay, on the third woe, because the nuclear war is going on right now. They just haven't fired the nukes yet, but they're preparing them. All right. So, and it's just a little, update information. So we'll start with a precept, watch a little movie, and you know how we do it. All right. We got to keep this news coming up, okay? Because the closer we get to the third woe, you know we're almost home. All right. So this is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. This word smith goes back to like blacksmith, because just like cowboy, right? Blacksmith is talking about that, the guy with the hammer and the anvil over there shaping and forming weapons. Okay? And cowboy was a brother, Israelite, who was working with cattle and stock. Okay? So that's where these words go back to. Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So the instrument for his work, right, is talking about a weapon. That's what a smith does. He fashions and creates weapons. Okay, but this one is talking about. Let's see. Let's get this. Salakia. Salakia. Right, this is Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, so this is talking about, all right, going back to what weapon this is. All right. Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire and bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Okay. So, what instrument is that? It's the one that shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay. Meaning it's different from, the medieval or primitive weapons. All right. This is talking about nukes. Let's go on and get this. Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay. So there's no question with those three precepts of what we're talking about. All right. So now let's watch this. Just a couple of shorts. Well, we don't have to watch them all. Let me see. Where is it? This. Okay, so let's go here first.
It's a period. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd.
Start at the top here. All right, and this is called. This is April 12th. I believe today is the 15th, so this is about 3 days old, but still relevant and current news. All right. Israel allegedly strikes Iran nuclear facility. U.S. support for Israel ironclad. Okay, so these two allies are already launching airstrikes. Okay, now they said it was a cyber strike and an airstrike. So meaning pretty much meaning this. That's talk about nuclear war. Now they haven't dropped any nukes yet, but they're trying to destabilize a nuclear program here. That's called nuclear war. If you can stop these people from adding to their arsenal of nukes before you start shooting them at each other, that's a war. Okay, that's part of the war. All right. So let's watch this.
TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donation. Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel allegedly struck Iran's underground Natanz nuclear reactor, reportedly incapacitating the facility's operations for an extensive period.
Okay, now that's significant. Oh, Israel is just dropping bombs on Iran. Or they could put up a little cartoon and make it look all fuzzy and warm, but they're at war. All right, the third woe. Okay, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. We're watching that right now. All right, this is a nuclear facility where they're building, they're refining uranium, and they're building nukes right there.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin reaffirms Washington's ironclad commitment to Israel's security.
Now they're standing in a united front. They got the small hats. And what is this? What's this guy doing? Okay, that's BB over here. All right. So this Jake is represent. Okay. All right. Got it.
Russia asserts its deep-rooted interest in bolstering its bilateral relations with Egypt.
So the Mossad is mustering the host of the battle right now. That's what we're watching. Okay. We're watching World War III, which has already started, by the way. We're watching it escalate exponentially, all right? And this is how these things work with embargoes, right? Blowing up ships, blowing up each other's ships, carrying supply, stopping each other's supply chain. And then it's going to escalate into the larger weapons, which are the ICBMs, okay? They'll use short-range missiles at first, right? They'll use planes and tanks at first. And that's going down right now.
Israel allegedly struck Iran's underground Natanz nuclear reactor, reportedly incapacitating the facility's operations for an estimated period of as little as 9 months. On Saturday, the Ayatollah regime in Tehran marked its nationally observed Nuclear Technology Day, during which President Hassan Rouhani ordered in a televised ceremony the injection of uranium gas into IR-5 and
I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, right? That bringeth forth an instrument for his work. We're watching that, okay? That was a prophecy that went way back about this scene that we're watching right here.
Installed IR-6 centrifuges alongside mechanical tests of highly advanced IR-9 centrifuges in a move seemingly aimed to elevate the Islamic Republic's leverage vis-a-vis the United States amid the resumption of indirect talks on reinvigorating the 2015 nuclear deal in Vienna.
Okay, so basically what they're getting at is they're building nukes because Donald Trump backed out of the nuclear agreement or the nuclear talks that they were having, the nuclear treaty. Trump backs out, and so these guys start building their bombs openly again, right? And now they got Jim Crow Joe trying to set this thing up again, but it's too late, okay? These guys, if you think that Iran doesn't have nukes already, then you're just sadly mistaken. That's the scenario they're going with. Okay, so we've seen enough of that. Let's watch this one here. Okay, this is, all right, this should be like yesterday. Slovakia.
I saw.
Continues from that massive attack.
Okay, so this guy's talking about the strike on the Iranian facility. Right? And this guy is the Watchman with Eric Steckelbeck. All right, April 13th, that's 2 days ago. It says Iran promises revenge against Israel for Natanz nuclear site blast. What's next? What's next is escalation. Okay? Iran promises revenge. That's a back and forth. That's a battle in a larger war. Okay? And they're showing their alliances. Israel is with the U.S. Iran is with Moab. Okay? And with the bear. Okay? The Russians. All right, so we see what is going on. Let's see what Steckelbeck is talking.
Today on the newscast, the fallout continues from that massive attack against Iran's main nuclear site. The Iranian regime is vowing revenge against Israel.
So we're dealing with a nuclear war right here. All right? Because the end of the nuclear war is mutually assured destruction. That's the end of it. When they empty out the gun, right, and they shoot all the nukes, shoot all her air, spare no arrows, okay, then the nuclear war is over. All right? But right now, we're in the middle of it.
So how will Iran retaliate? Get my take coming up.
Come on, Steckelbeck.
Main nuclear installation, the Natanz nuclear facility, which took place on Sunday, April 11th. Now, we told you here on yesterday's newscast, you can check
I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
out in our archives here on YouTube. We told you that this appeared to be a cyber attack. That's what observers, analysts, and experts initially thought of.
Okay, so cyber meaning computer, and we can shut down your ability, through technology. But then he's going to move on to say, no, they dropped a bomb on the facility, a bunker buster.
Iran blamed Israel and is vowing revenge. More on that in a minute. Israel has not claimed responsibility. That is their MO. When such an operation occurs, Israel rarely will claim responsibility for it, but this appears to be an Israeli operation. All that said, it now does not appear to be a cyber attack. Iranian officials today said that there was a major blast at Natanz. Now, we did report yesterday that an explosion was present at the site or occurred at the site, but Iranian officials are saying that a blast took place. And remember, folks, a good deal of this Natanz facility is buried deep underground in order to protect it from potential airstrikes. Well, this blast took place underground. Iranian officials believe that somehow an explosive device was smuggled into this Natanz nuclear site and most likely detonated remotely. Now, it caused...
That's espionage. That's skullduggery. That's What do you call that? All right, spy versus spy. All right, they're at war with each other. All right, how does Israel smuggle in an explosive device? Right, you got double agents. All right, these are the types of things that go on before the live fire. I mean, before they start shooting at each other, and apparently they are shooting at each other. I mean, you don't have to shoot. All you got to do is plant a bomb. All right, plant explosives. So basically, the war is on.
Major blast number one, but after that, after the initial explosion, there were secondary explosions which caused even more damage. There was a complete blackout at the site. Its main electrical system was destroyed, and also the backup electrical system. And then we had a number of advanced centrifuges also destroyed. Now, centrifuges are used to enrich uranium, which is used to build a nuclear bomb. But the retaliation is what everyone is talking about because, again, Iran has vowed revenge right away. Today, we see the first signs of what this retaliation could look like. The Iranian regime told the UN that they will now enrich uranium up to 60%. Folks, that's the highest levels that Iran has ever enriched uranium at. It was dangerous enough and concerning enough to the world and to Israel, of course, to the United States, when Iran was enriching uranium at a 20% level. Now it's all the way up to 60%. Not only that, Iran also told the UN today that they will now add 1,000 new centrifuges, which again are used to enrich uranium, which goes on to make a bomb. They will install 1,000 new centrifuges at that Natanz nuclear site.
To make one bomb, or are they making many bombs? They will make a bomb. Iran may have a bomb in 9 months. Why would they add that many centrifuges? To make one bomb? Come on. Come on. Now, what are you not saying? You're not telling the truth about what's really going on. What's really going on is World War III. All right? So let's get some precepts. That's enough on that. Let's see, this is, where do we want to start? Let's just go, let's get Revelation here real quick. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past. Talking about World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Hey. All right. Well, it's here. And they're fighting it right now. All right. Pursuant to what we just watched. Okay. And who's at the forefront? This is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Read that again. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So this is talk about the 1948ers. All right, the least of the flock. And we see them, right, agitating or trying to stop anybody else from getting a bomb. All right. This is Joel 3. All right. And this is what we see when all of these, well, here's my allies over here. Here's my allies. All right. Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Well, that's what we're watching. They're gathering the troops. The Most High is gathering all nations. All right. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea against Babylon, the small hats, Great Britain, Japan. Okay? That's what's going on here. We're watching it in real time. All right? And what is gonna be the culmination? What are we dealing with here? Ooh, Slovakia. It's Isaiah 24:19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Okay? All right? Hey, our salvation is at the door, brethren. All right, so with that, the point has been made. Hope the elect have been edified. And with that, we're going to say shalom until the next one.